Hello and welcome back again. Okay, so I'm in Google Sheets, but this is going to work the same way for Excel. I just wanted to walk you through some of the statistics calculations that we could do here. Now, Excel and Sheets both have just a ton of formulas for statistics. Like they have a ton of, like a lot. Okay, but a lot of the ones that we do for our class, since it's kind of a basic class, we do the minimum, the first quartile, which is the first quarter of your data, the median, the third quartile, which is the third quarter of your data, and the maximum. This is our 5-number summary for when we're doing box and whisker plots. Then we have the mean and the mode, sorry. So, okay, there are formulas for each of these. So I'm going to start with the mean just because that one's the only one that's slightly different. So for mean, normally you go equals and you start typing. Well, mean, the formula is actually average. So we just type average. Open parentheses. I'm going to select all my data. I think it goes down to like 167. So I'm just going to type up here 167. Okay. Ta-da! And it gives me my mean. Now this one, it's a suggested autofill, but this is what it's basically gonna do is just go down one. So this isn't what I want. This is a completely different formula. This is my mode. So I'm gonna go equals mode, open parentheses. I select my data. Again, I think it's 167, so I'm just gonna put that in the interest of time. But normally you would highlight all of that. And it gives me my mode. So apparently this is the one that appears most often. So what I normally do before I do any of that, really, when I'm doing this for myself is I sort this. So I'm going to go down, I'm going to select all of my data, just because that kind of gives me an idea and I can kind of prove to myself, oh, maybe it went to 122. That's okay. It put a bunch of like blanks in there. That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to sort this. So if I go to data, sort range, I'm going to go A to Z because it's going to go lowest to highest, and I sort that. So, okay, so now I know, okay, my minimum is this one. And it said my mode is 136, so that seems to be right? 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 of those. So yeah, okay. So that's these two. Now we're going to do these. So minimum is just you start typing min. It's just min. Open parentheses. I'm going to select my data. That's the right data. So I'm just going to let it autofill that. My first quartile. Oops. I'm going to go equals. I'm going to type quartile. This is the only one that's slightly different. I'm going to select my data. It goes down to 122 instead of 167. So first you select your data, and then you do comma, and then you have to tell it which quartile you want. So I want it to be the first quartile, so the first quarter of my data. So I put a 1, close parentheses. Ta-da! So at this number, a quarter of my data is already represented. So median is just median, so I go equals median, open parentheses. It autofilled, that's good. That's my middle number, which kind of makes sense, right? Because you have a whole bunch of these and not many of these, just looking at our histogram that we made before. Third quartile, I just go equals quartile. Open parentheses. I select my data down to 122, comma, and then I want the third quartile because I want it to show me where 75% is. Close parentheses. And that's that. And then maximum, I just go equals max. Open parentheses. It autofilled the data that I wanted. And enter. So this is my 5-number summary. So if I wanted to draw out a box and whisker plot, I could do that. I don't think that you can do box and whisker on Google Sheets. Excel has one, but it turns it vertical and it's just kind of weird. So if you're going to do box and whisker, I would do that by hand. Pretty sure I have a video already up for that. But yeah. So, okay, so these are the basic statistics formulas that we use a lot. There's also like standard deviation. Standard deviation. And I would widen that. Okay, so I just go equals and I start typing. So standard deviation. I do that. It's already autofilling the data. I hit enter and it gives me that. So Excel and Google Sheets both have a ton of statistics formulas already built in. So most of the stuff that you would need is already here. You just have to find it. And the easiest way to find it is just type equals and start typing whatever word it is that you're looking for. And chances are it'll come up in the formula. Yay!